At the far northwestern edge of North America lies a land unlike anywhere else in the United States. A place where mountains rise straight from the sea, where glaciers the size of cities slowly carve the landscape, and where wildlife still rules vast stretches of untamed wilderness. This is Alaska. Known as the last frontier, Alaska is America's largest state. Larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Yet, despite its immense size, it remains one of the least populated places in the nation. For many travelers, Alaska represents the ultimate adventure. A destination where nature still feels ancient, powerful, and untouched. If you have been longing for a place so natural, so original to stay away from all the cloud out there, be sure to pack up your things. Because today, we journey across this extraordinary land. From North America's highest mountain to massive rivers of ice. From ancient forests to grizzly bears roaming freely across the wilderness. This is a place unlike anywhere else in America. Welcome to Alaska. Alaska is a state defined by its scale. Everything here feels larger than life. The state stretches across more than 663,000 square miles. If Alaska were its own country, it would rank among the largest nations on Earth. The state is larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. In fact, Alaska is so large that it would take days to drive across many of its regions, assuming roads even exist. And that's another thing that makes Alaska unique. Much of the state has no road access at all. Entire communities are connected only by boat or airplane. Vast mountain ranges, forests, and tundra landscapes stretch for hundreds of miles without a single town. When people imagine wilderness, they often picture national parks. In Alaska, wilderness exists on a scale rarely found anywhere else in the developed world. This immense size forms the foundation of everything that makes Alaska extraordinary. At the heart of Alaska stands one of the world's great mountains, Denali. Rising 20,310 feet above sea level, Denali is the highest peak in North America. But what makes Denali truly remarkable isn't just its height. It is its sheer vertical rise from the surrounding landscape. Unlike many famous mountains that sit atop already elevated plateaus, Denali rises dramatically from relatively low terrain, creating one of the most impressive mountain profiles on Earth. The indigenous Koyukon people have long called the mountain Denali, meaning the High One. And standing before it, the name feels entirely appropriate. On clear days, the mountain dominates the horizon from over 100 miles away. Its massive, snow-covered summit towers above the Alaska Range, creating an unforgettable sight. Surrounding the mountain is Denali National Park, a 6 million-acre wilderness filled with tundra, rivers, forests, and wildlife. Visitors may encounter moose grazing in meadows, caribou crossing valleys, Dall sheep perched on steep slopes, and even grizzly bears wandering through the landscape. Few places on Earth offer such a dramatic combination of mountain scenery and wildlife. Denali is more than Alaska's highest point. It is the symbol of the last frontier. If Denali showcases Alaska's mountains, then Matanuska Glacier reveals the state's frozen heart. Located roughly 2 hours northeast of Anchorage, Matanuska Glacier stretches for more than 27 miles through a valley carved by ice. Unlike many glaciers around the world that can only be viewed from a distance, visitors here can actually walk on the glacier itself. Standing on Matanuska Glacier is a surreal experience. The ice beneath your feet may be hundreds of years old. Deep blue crevasses slice through the glacier's surface. Streams of meltwater carve in tunnels through the ice. Every crack and ridge tells a story of slow but relentless movement. Though glaciers may appear frozen in time, they are constantly changing. They advance, retreat, crack, and reshape the landscape around them. Scientists are particularly interested in glaciers like Matanuska because they serve as natural records of climate and environmental change. Layers within the ice preserve information about past weather patterns, volcanic eruptions, and atmospheric conditions stretching back centuries. In a sense, Matanuska Glacier is more than a landscape. It is a frozen archive of Alaska's history. Human history feels brief compared to the centuries of snowfall compressed beneath their feet. Matanuska offers a rare opportunity to witness these natural processes up close. The chance to step onto a landscape that is still being created by nature itself. If Matanuska Glacier offers a close encounter with ice, Glacier Bay reveals ice on an entirely different scale. Located in southeastern Alaska, Glacier Bay National Park protects more than 3 million acres of mountains, fjords, forests, and glaciers. This is one of the most spectacular glacial landscapes on Earth. Towering walls of ice rise directly from the ocean. Some glaciers stretch for miles into the distance. Others calve dramatically into the sea, sending enormous chunks of ice crashing into the water. The sound can resemble thunder. The sight is unforgettable. Yet Glacier Bay is more than a frozen landscape. It is also one of the world's greatest examples of ecological recovery. As glaciers retreat, new ecosystems emerge behind them. Plants colonize bare rock, forests gradually grow, wildlife returns. The park allows visitors to witness the remarkable process through which nature rebuilds itself. It is a living laboratory where geology and biology meet. While glaciers dominate much of Alaska's image, another natural wonder thrives in the state's southeast corner, Tongass National Forest. Covering nearly 17 million acres, Tongass is the largest national forest in the United States. But unlike the dry forests many people imagine, Tongass is a temperate rainforest. Rain falls frequently here. Moisture fills the air. Massive Sitka spruce and western hemlock trees rise toward the sky. Moss drapes across branches and carpets the forest floor. The landscape feels ancient. In some areas, trees have been growing for hundreds of years. Streams flow through dense forests before reaching the ocean. These waterways support one of the largest salmon populations in the world. The forest, the rivers, and the ocean are all connected in a delicate natural system. Tongass reminds us that Alaska's beauty is not limited to snow and ice. It is also a land of vibrant forests and rich, diverse ecosystems. One of the greatest reasons people visit Alaska is its wildlife. Few places in North America offer the opportunity to see so many iconic animals in their natural habitats. Across the state, moose roam forests and wetlands. Caribou migrate across vast tundra landscapes. Dall sheep cling to mountain slopes. Wolves patrol remote wilderness areas. Along the coast, humpback whales breach from icy waters. Orcas hunt in coordinated family groups. Sea otters float among kelp forests. Bald eagles soar overhead. The diversity of wildlife reflects the diversity of Alaska's landscapes. From coastal fjords to Arctic tundra, every ecosystem supports unique species. In many ways, Alaska provides a glimpse into what much of North America may have looked like before widespread development. Nature remains remarkably intact here, and wildlife continues to thrive. Among all of Alaska's wildlife experiences, one stands above the rest: Katmai National Park. Located on the Alaska Peninsula, Katmai is home to one of the largest protected populations of brown bears in the world. Every summer, millions of salmon return to the rivers of Alaska to spawn. At Brooks Falls, one of Katmai's most famous locations, bears gather to take advantage of this seasonal feast. Massive brown bears stand atop waterfalls waiting for salmon to leap directly into their jaws. Some bears catch fish with astonishing precision. Others battle rivals for the best fishing locations. This scene feels exactly like the movie Brother Bear that has become legendary. Visitors watching from viewing platforms often witness dozens of bears in a single day. It is one of the most extraordinary wildlife spectacles on Earth. The event demonstrates the incredible abundance of Alaska's ecosystems and highlights the importance of preserving these wild landscapes. Away from the wildlife, did you know that Alaska's coastline is longer than all the other 49 states combined? While the mainland of Alaska alone places the state at the top of the rankings for the longest coastline, the more than 2,600 named islands of Alaska are why Alaska's coastline is longer than all the other states combined. This makes Alaska is the U.S. state with the most islands, with 2,670. Yet much of it remains inaccessible. the sea is not merely scenery here. Whales migrate through Alaskan waters every year. Orcas hunt beneath the waves. Sea otters drift among kelp forests. Massive king crabs crawl across the seafloor. The ocean supports ecosystems of extraordinary richness. Along the Inside Passage, travelers discover a coastline unlike any other in North America. Mountains plunge directly into the sea. Rainforests grow almost to the water's edge. Waterfalls cascade from hidden valleys. Fog drifts through fjords carved by ancient glaciers. This is one of the few places where the boundary between land and ocean feels almost invisible. As spectacular as Alaska is during the day, the state becomes even more magical after dark, especially during winter. High above the Arctic sky, one of nature's most beautiful phenomena appears, the Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights. These glowing curtains of green, purple, and red light dance across the heavens, creating a display that seems almost supernatural. The lights occur when charged particles from the sun collide with Earth's atmosphere. But scientific explanations alone cannot capture the experience. Standing beneath the aurora is something truly unforgettable. The sky shimmers. Colors ripple across the darkness. The entire horizon appears alive. In places such as Fairbanks, travelers from around the world gather each winter in hopes of witnessing this phenomenon. For many, seeing the Northern Lights becomes the highlight of their journey to Alaska. A reminder that some of the most extraordinary experiences on Earth can be found simply by looking up. When most people imagine Alaska, they picture towering mountains, glaciers, bears, and endless wilderness. Yet, nearly half of Alaska's population lives in and around Anchorage, making it by far the largest city in the state. At first glance, Anchorage may seem like a contradiction. It has modern roads, office buildings, restaurants, and neighborhoods. It serves as Alaska's economic center and transportation hub, connecting the state's remote communities to the rest of the world. But unlike most cities, Anchorage never feels completely separated from nature. In fact, nature is everywhere. On a clear day, the skyline is framed by the snow-covered peaks of the Chugach Mountains. Moose regularly wander through neighborhoods, and beluga whales can sometimes be seen in the waters of Cook Inlet. Founded in 1915 as a railroad construction camp, Anchorage grew into Alaska's economic and transportation center. Today, it serves as the main gateway for travelers exploring the last frontier. But despite its modern skyline, Anchorage never feels far from the wilderness. Within minutes, visitors can leave the city behind and find themselves surrounded by mountains, forests, and some of the most spectacular landscapes in North America. In many ways, Anchorage represents the best of Alaska, a place where modern life exists side by side with the wild beauty that defines the state. There is a reason why Alaska is known as the last frontier. It is not because it sits at the edge of a map. It is not because it was the final state to join the continental expansion of the United States. Alaska is the last frontier because it remains one of the few places where nature still feels bigger than humanity. Throughout this journey, we have seen a state measured not by its cities, but by its wilderness. A place where Denali rises above an entire continent, where glaciers continue to carve the landscape long after human lifetimes have passed, where forests stretch for millions of acres, where the lives of bears are so fascinating that it inspired people to tell their story, and where, on winter nights, the sky itself comes alive with dancing curtains of light. In many parts of the world, wilderness survives in isolated pockets. In Alaska, wilderness is the landscape. It defines the mountains, the forests, the coastlines, and the lives of the people who call this place home. Perhaps that is what makes Alaska so remarkable. Not that it is untouched by humanity, but that it reminds us humanity is only one small part of a much larger story. A story written by ice, mountains, oceans, wildlife, and time itself. And long after roads are built, generations come and go, and the world continues to change, Alaska will likely remain what it has always been: vast, wild, and unconquered. This is Alaska, America's last frontier.